All right, so in today's video, we are going to be going over this brand new redesigned Eagle 22-inch mower. This one is the LM2244SP-2. There are different variations of the 1000 series. You have the single port battery one and the dual port battery one. This one comes with two 6-amp batteries, and you could get it also as a 2-only option. It does come with a up to a 10.6 foot-pounds of torque, which is higher than your average gas-powered mower. One of the things that I'm excited about, it does come with a mulch bagging lever. You don't have to insert your mulch plug any longer. You do have a 10-year composite warranty on this machine. You have 5-year warranty on the unit and 3-year warranty on the batteries. Now you have an up to 90 minutes of runtime with both batteries, which is pretty sweet. You do have an LCD display for your settings and your feedback, which the single port model does not have. This one also comes with a side discharge. You do have a 90-minute runtime, and you have LEDs on the deck. Comes with a 2.5 bushel collecting bag, and you have many options like dual blade select cut system. You have an included high lift blade that comes with the unit. You have between a 1 and a 4-inch cut height with 8 different settings in between. So very nice. You have a single lever to go up and down on the height, which I really like that. You know, you don't have to be doing individual wheels like some of the older model lawnmowers. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox it and see what all the settings are. And later date, we're gonna do the full review, go out there and do some cutting. Right now, my grass is not high enough to be able to cut. So with that said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and follow and check out some of our links. If you wanna buy one, they do help out the channel. So let's get right to it. All right, so let's go ahead and start unboxing. All right, so here you have your dual port battery charger. This is your 2.5 bushel bag. I'm gonna go ahead and put that together in just a bit. This is your side discharge, which comes included, which is very nice. This is your high lift blade. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and do that, you could install it. Very well packed. You have both of your batteries right here. You have your manual. Okay, always like to register my Eagle products for the warranty, just in case. I have to say, this is a pretty heavy unit. I had a hard time getting it in the car, actually by myself, but it's about 65 pounds, just a lawnmower by itself. Ooh, nice. All right. All right, so as you can see, there's no batteries installed. Never touch the blade with batteries or anything of that sort. You do have your dual blade. Okay, this is the one you will replace for your high lift blade, which is this one here. All right, so this is the high lift blade. You would, replace the, mulching blade. All right, okay, so you still keep that one where it is. All right, you have, like I said, the nice composite deck. And let's go ahead and bring it down. All right, let's go ahead and put it together. All right, so, oh, this thing feels good. Nice and heavy. It's not too light in the front. I like that option. It doesn't even have the batteries in it. By itself, it weighs about 65 pounds. All right, so let's go ahead and see what comes in here. All right, so this is, like I mentioned, the dual port. So you will put both batteries in here. Comes with a quick start guide. Gives you, all the do's and stuff like that, and tells you about your blade, different languages. Very, very simple. Okay. All right, so this is your height adjustment. You do have between 1 and 8, which is between 1 and 4 inches. So you have very easy, spring loaded. You don't need to lift the lawnmower or anything like that. Very, very nice. All 4 wheels go up and down. So if you need to go up and down quick, this is the actual way to go. Very nice. I like that option. Okay. All right, so this is what open and closes your chute. Basically, you could do 4 settings. You have full mulch. You could have more mulch than bagging, kind of like half and half, more bagging, and then mulch, and then full bag. So you don't have to insert anything whatsoever. And I absolutely love this option here. This is a nice rubber grip. And like I mentioned, this is a composite deck with a 10-year warranty. All right, so for your mulch plug, you have this little pin right here you're gonna insert, and this little kind of little section right there, I'm gonna show you now, kind of like the same location where the bag will go. So you're gonna go here and put it on the top and insert it on the bottom. It lines up, and then you're gonna close the lid, and it's gonna line up right here, and it's gonna keep this from moving. So it's kind of like a multi-setup. And then you have your side discharge to your left, okay? Very nice, simple to use. And if you need to remove it quickly, all you gotta do is go up, and that's pretty much it. You do have to have your mulch selector to the bagging section. That way it shoots all the grass towards the back. All right, so this is the undercarriage. You do have, this is the mulching blade, and then this is the one you replace with the high lift blade. But this one stays there, and very nice and sharp. These things are just super, super sharp. You have a very, very smooth composite deck. There's no screws sticking out or anything like that. Very nice tunnel, and with your mulch lever, this is how easy it is. Basically closes it up, and then you can start mulching, or open it up and then you start bagging. Very nice deep tunnel for your grass, especially if it's your kind of like moist and you want to bag it. You don't have any clumping, and everything goes smoothly into the bag. So very nice composite deck. I really like the way it's designed. You got these little fins right here also to kind of like guide the grass, keep it from untangling and standing up, so it gets a nice beautiful smooth cut. Look how nice the tunnel looks. Nice and smooth, no obstructions. The rest of the wheels have ball bearings. Let's smooth those wheels turn. All right, so this is your transmission. This is powered by an electric motor. All right, so far looks pretty heavy duty. You have your bar here to go up and down. And you have your little, rubberized little guard, pretty standard. All right, so this is the dual battery port charger. It is 280 watts per side. I currently have the single one that goes on the wall, which is 320 watts, pretty fast. So this one here is the dual port. And let's go ahead and install it, see how it sounds. It usually has like a little built-in fan to cool the batteries. Oh, that is nice. It's way, way quieter than the other one that I have. Oh, that is sweet. Let's see if it has another one. No, that actually sounds very, very quiet compared to my other one. I like that. Sweet. All right, so you have your battery indicator on the top on both sides. It tells you, your basic stuff. Okay. All right, so you have your battery indicator here on the top. It basically tells you, pretty much the status, if it's overheated, if it's a bad battery. But I really like it. It's nice and quiet. I wish they would make the other one a little bit quieter, just like this. All right, let's go ahead and put together the 2.5 bushel of bag. Now, one of the things I did notice, the top part of the mesh, it doesn't seem like it's dual, or is it? Let's see. No, it's single. Normally what happens is when there's a lot of dust, the dust will go in your face. So what I've done in the past, I've sprayed it with like undercoating or something like that to make it thicker. That way when it's dusty lawn in the summertime that, it's not very wet, or you can always cut in the, in the morning when it's moist. And you won't get a lot of the dust in your face. I had this issue with another brand a while back, and the one that I currently have does have like a dual layer of, a mesh, that way it doesn't go in your face. So let's go ahead and put it together, see how it looks. Very simple, I hope. Okay. And just kind of like clip on the little plastics. All right, so putting on the bag is super easy. Lift the cover. You do have these little two metal clips at the front of the bag. Once it's on there, then the cover itself gives it a seal on the bottom, okay? And it prevents covers some of the top area here for the dust to go in your face. You do have a handle here if you want to pick it up. Like I said, this is about 65 pounds without a battery. It is a super heavy lawnmower, which is going to give you very little bouncing in the front, if any whatsoever, which I've seen that in the past when the bag gets full. You know, a lot of the times, you know, the batteries are located towards the back, so you get a lot of like the front being, you know, bouncing around, and then you're not going to get a nice smooth cut. All right, so from an upright, you know, position storage, this is another must that I have. I like to put it against the wall, you know, so the garage is nice and, you know, clean looking. I don't like, you know, the lawnmower on the floor. So, you know, obviously most of the electric lawnmowers, you can store it this way. And for me, it's kind of like a must for, you know, a lawnmower nowadays. So very, very simple to, you know, get it upright. You know, you're going to move it down. You do have a lever here that does multiple different settings. So I'm about 5'7" or so. It's not completely, you know, built yet, but I'm wondering if it'll work with this setting here, because this actually feels, for me, very comfortable. So you do have a lever here in the middle, and then you could pull out the handle. Very, very smooth, okay? So now it makes this a little bit too high. At least for me, it feels a little bit too high. This thing feels super, super long. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out in different settings to see if it allows you to do that. Another one thing that I like about this lawnmower is that it's got no cables like some of the previous models. Definitely everything is concealed, a nice clean look. You know, you do have a nice grip here. So we're gonna go over the, you know, little deck area here. Let's see if I could go a little bit lower, which I can. You have multiple settings. You have 1, 2, and 3. So maybe this one will fit all this. Yeah, this is much better for me. Not too low, not too high. And like I was saying, this thing is pretty long. The only thing that I see an issue with is that, you know, when you need to turn, it is so long versus my older one that it could be an issue in some of the areas. So we'll go ahead and once we try it out, we'll figure it out. So one of the things, if you are bagging, you do have this center section here. I wish they would have gotten rid of this center area. Like the aluminum model, it doesn't have this here. So if you want to bag, you know, your clippings and you need to take it out, you could literally take it out through here or through the bottom. But, you know, when you don't have this, it's so much better to take out your bag, because this won't allow you to remove your bag. But you do have the option, you know, a quickie like this, and it kind of stays right there. Take out your bag, put it back in, and then you're back in business, but you have to go to your, you know, whatever setting you're in. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put one battery that is fully charged. Right now, these guys are charging. I'm gonna try it out with one of my 4-amp batteries to see if it actually turns on with just a single battery. All right, so I'm gonna install one of my 4-amp batteries in the unit. All I gotta do is lift up the cover. I like the fact that it does stay open, and let's see if it works with just one battery. You're done, put the cover back. And what I like about it is you can see through it, which is a nice little option. Looks really cool. All right, so this is your pretty much control panels, and this is your LCD display. It tells you everything you need to know. Your blade speed between economy, normal, and turbo. You have your LED on or off, shows you when it's on or off, okay? Here is your speed. Your walking speed. You can either turn it off, or it will tell you, you know, fast or slow, which is actually pretty cool. And all right, so if you turn it on the slow, here we go. Press any of these 2 buttons. Okay. Very easy. You don't need to have your mower spinning to get the, you know, a mower to go forward. All right. So with that said, you have your battery 1 and 2. It tells you your feedback of the battery charge. Percentage, which is very nice. Simple. The actual grip is awesome. It's like gooey. This is plastic, but this is like a gooey feel to it. It has little ridges on both sides, so you have a nice grip. Really like that. Almost the same as my A80 CFM Eagle blower that's also redesigned. It has a fantastic grip. And to get the blade moving, press the power and you hit the lever. And you have your up to 90 minutes of runtime. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on the eco mode, which is very nice if you're running down on batteries, and just put it on the eco, try to finish that job just in case. But very, very nice, you know, feedback, beautiful LCD display, and the actual controls feel super comfortable and it just feels great. All right, so one of the things I wanted to show you is how loud the motor is compared to the self-propelled system. In some of the older units or other units, I've been bothered by the sound of the self-propelled motor. Really high-pitched sound drives me insane. I don't get to enjoy the mow. Now, I previously owned an Eagle mower that I had. It did have a high-pitched noise, and it used to bounce a lot. So I really didn't enjoy the mow whatsoever. I was going to get the aluminum deck one. For some of the reviews that I saw, that high-pitched self-propelled motor drove me insane, even if I didn't even try it. So I want to try this one. I know it's a little loud inside the garage. It's pretty much closed in, so there's a little bit of echo, so it gives me an idea more or less how the difference between the actual motor and the self-propelled system sounds. So let's go ahead and put it on eco, which is the lower setting for the motor, and do just a little test in here, see what it sounds like. I know outside it's going to be a totally different story, so let's try it out. Perfect. I don't get to hear the self-propelled motor, get to enjoy my mow. So this thing is going to be an awesome. So the only thing we have to do now is take it out for a actual cut. My grass is not high enough, so I can't really do it right now. So stay tuned for that video, full review, and then I might even compare it to my gas-powered motor. So to see if there's a better lift from this motor compared to the gas-powered. So with that said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and follow. Check out some of our links. See you guys on the next review.